Ton Nerds. As always, my name is Max James, and welcome to another edition of the TTN podcast. And in this episode, we actually have a very special guest. Scott cannot be here today, but he's just as good. He is from the UK. He is Michael. We've been friends on Facebook for a good while, and I can't remember what post I commented on that you added me as a friend, but that's regardless. We've been friends ever since on Facebook, and this is our very first time talking to each other, and as well as kind of hearing one another. At least for me, because I have videos on here all the time. So we've actually kind of been laying this out for a good while, and finally have the time to actually talk and what do I want to call it? I can't even think of the word, but anyways, it's just fun. We're going to talk about horror movies and Star Wars and TV and all kinds of fun stuff. So, all right, so here we go. So, introduce yourself, as I already did.
Hi, I'm Max. My name's Michael.
Okay. We kind of been we kind of made up a bunch of questions to ask each other, since this is like kind of our first time to communicate with one another in person. That's what I was trying to get at earlier. So you asked me a bunch of questions, and I kind of gave you a bunch of questions. And do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first, or?
Well, since it's such an honour to actually, you asked me away first.
Okay.
We'll go down and listen there, yeah.
Okay. My first question that I asked you was, what is your favorite and most hated horror movie remake?
Okay, let's get the bad out of the way. The Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
Oh.
Now I thought, okay, I have nothing against the actor for this film, because he was awesome in Watchmen. So I have no problem with him. It's just, it didn't feel right for the story, the way they made it. The whole backstory in that one is a bit, I found it a bit silly. They made him a gardener, for Christ's sake. I mean, I just don't know, man. It doesn't really work.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It just, compared to like the previous installments with Robert Englund, he just didn't seem very charismatic. You know what I mean? Even in the original one, he kind of had like a jokingly feel to him. You know what I mean? He tormented him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, this one was like very, very serious.
Yeah. You missed that sort of like dark, humorous side.
Yes.
Yes.
And your favorite? I mean,
I actually enjoyed the Rob Zombie Halloween remake. I don't care what people say. The fact is, Rob Zombie even went out to John Carpenter and he said, "Could I remake the Halloween movies?" And he said yes. And the fact is, there's so many homages to the original Halloween in that. They have the music playing when she's looking out the window. She sees Michael across the street. I just thought it was a good, like, modern era for it. It has the edgy camera, which I loved in it. A little bit more violence in the original, but it's still like kept to like the original, which I liked.
Yeah,
which is very hard for a lot of modern like remakes these days.
Yeah, I totally agree. I absolutely love the first the Rob Zombie Halloween, the first one. I actually went and seen it in theaters, and I was like, man, this is really, really, because until recently, Halloween has been kind of like the dark spot in my horror genre. But I've always been really aware of what's the whole story and backstory and all that good stuff. But yeah, like I wasn't really like too worried about the movie being remade, because I love the Rob Zombie's movies, and
oh yeah, definitely.
And I think this one actually kind of showed him being as a really good filmmaker, because if you got like when you watched like House of a Thousand Corpses, and then he went to Devil's Rejects, and then he made Halloween.
That's the good thing about him. The Devil's Rejects is like completely different to House of a Thousand Corpses, even though it's a sequel. Mm-hmm. That's the thing I love about Rob Zombie.
Oh yes,
it's not the same. He'll change it up.
Yeah, I know. It's like, especially that like that last sequence of the movie is just where them just kind of like listening to Freebird going down the highway.
Oh yeah.
It's like you
That
would never expect
brilliant
that to
shot.
be from Rob Zombie.
No, you wouldn't.
he's like, even though he is like a musical mastermind, he's like, but it's like it just looks really good.
It does.
And there's like some other really great sequences in that movie, like that scene where they're all kind of dancing around in the brothel or the whorehouse or whatever, and that music is playing, and that one guy, the Wydell, he's kind of talking to himself in the mirror. It's kind of like, it has that quite opposite feel of what's going on, and it's like, oh, that's just good entertainment to me.
Of course, you do know Sid Haig also appeared as the graveyard caretaker in the remake of Halloween.
Oh, yes, I did. Have you?
I just noticed recently as well. I was like, oh damn, it's Sid Haig.
What version of the Halloween have you seen? Have you seen both of them?
Yes. Any Halloween film, I've always looked for, like, even Halloween 3 as well. Like, I even like Halloween 3. Okay, so don't hate me on that. I love Season of the Witch. I've seen the uncut version of that, and it's a lot more gorier than the first cut. And I love the producer's cut of the Curse of Michael Myers. I like it. It's brilliant because now they've cleaned up on the Blu-ray now.
Yeah. Like, since I have the big Halloween box set, that's like, we'll get more onto that big thing a little later since you asked me that question. But yeah, I totally agree with the Halloween remake. I'll answer these questions as well. For my favorite, I would have to say, Evil Dead is my favorite.
Oh, good choice.
Because I think I was more worried about that movie because I am such a fan of the Bruce Campbell ones.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's like, when they heard they were going to remake it, then...
when you first hear that word, any horror fan's like, oh.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I kind of went through that with Dawn of the Dead, and so I'm like... And I like that one too, but I think the Evil Dead remake was the much better remake out of the horror movies.
Yeah.
But when I heard that they had like Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi's blessing on the movie, I'm like, okay, at least they're kind of like well aware of what's going on here. And then when I finally seen it, I'm like, all right, this is perfect. Especially, I can't believe how bloody that movie was.
Yeah, I mean, it was basically like a female version of Ash, and the actress did a good job. It was very well done.
Yeah, I agree. Once again, it's just kind of like, wow.
They're like a bloody female in the movie. I love it.
Like, I was more surprised at the end of them. I was actually kind of like, man, I can't believe what they're kind of getting away with, because some horror movies have been like all PG-13. They're kind of shying away from more of the gore, but they're kind of keeping the scare, they'll jump scares and stuff. So I'm like, man, this is a nice breath of fresh air. Seeing this on the big screen, and especially that poor guy getting tortured throughout the entire movie.
Oh yeah.
For a minute there, I thought he might be the one who gets to be Ash, just because the way he kind of gets tortured throughout the movie, like how Ash does. And so I'm like,
yeah, he gets like a fork up the arse and everything.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, poor guy. Go ahead. What was you gonna say?
Okay. Should I ask you a question now?
Oh, I got my worst remake real quick.
Oh no, what's it gonna be?
Actually, that was kind of tough because I couldn't really think of one, and I still really can't think of one. But that's why I kind of like see what we were talking about. I think my worst remake was, man, I have no idea. I probably have to put the remake of Day of the Dead.
I'm gonna have to agree on that one.
Like the one with Nick Cannon. I think that's who's in it.
Yeah.
And so it's like, man, when I was seeing it, I think I've always known about it, but then I finally sat down and watched it. I'm like, oh man, this is totally not even Romero at all. I mean, because even like the new Dawn of the Dead, kind of like had its charms and everything, but this one just like fell flat all the way across. So, okay, ask your question. Sorry.
Okay. Oh no, it's not a problem, dude. Okay, here's my first question. Top 5 Star Wars villains.
Okay, I actually had fun with this one. These are in no particular order, so I put Kylo Ren on there because he's the new one and the new villain, and I really enjoyed him.
As Matt the technician.
Yeah, and
if you guys haven't seen it, though, funny.
What is it?
It's Undercover Boss, Starkiller Base. It's a Saturday Night Live thing. And it's a funny little skit he does.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. It's like, how long have you known it was me? Since my name is Matt.
You said Matt. Matt's a jerk.
Yeah. Oh man. I've actually watched that sketch a couple times just because how funny it was.
I haven't had my muffin yet, Matt.
That poor, and then he flings that stormtrooper into the cabinet, and it's like, and then because he's trying to remain undercover, like, okay.
When the rain comes, it follows with rainbows. So I killed your son, Kylo Ren.
Oh man. I might have to watch that sketch again.
I've watched it like a few times a day, trust me.
My next one is Boba Fett, just because.
Okay, nicely done. Classic one in there.
Yeah, I like Boba Fett. Just even though he dies even though he technically dies in the movie, but I've read the Tales of the Bounty Hunter stuff, and
yeah,
and plus like the just the odds and ends of backstory of like scattered through all the places.
Interesting thing about Boba Fett, now you mention it. And originally he was supposed to return back in Return the Jedi because he was going to. There's a scene where he's chasing an Ewok.
Oh,
and it's like, yeah, it's like you can try and find it. If I find it, I will post you the link. It's really interesting, actually. He was supposed to come back and chase the main Ewok around Wicket, I think.
Oh.
He was like chasing them around like the base around Endor, trying to get him.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's really interesting. So he was planned to come back in it originally.
Oh, that's that's awesome. This next one, I picked a particular version of him. I picked General Grievous.
Ooh.
Though not from the movies. Did you ever
the comic version?
Oh no! Did you ever watch like the Cartoon Network, like the 5-minute versions or whatever, like the little short animated movies, cartoons?
I haven't, because I've just started to watch the Clone Wars actually.
Yeah, that's what the little animated Clone Wars things. Yeah, that's the Grievous like when he like took on all those Jedis after they kind of like crash landed or whatever.
Wasn't he trained by Count Dooku?
Yeah, I do believe.
Or Darth Tyrannus.
Yeah, or one. Yeah,
which is not really mentioned much. Funny enough.
No, I liked him, and like he's like one of the few non-Jedi bad guys who actually can wield a lightsaber. So I'm like, I like that about him, and I just liked him in the cartoons. That's what I liked him more as in the animated stuff. My next one is Darth Maul.
Oh, okay. The most underrated Sith Lord.
Yeah. Well, it's like you have this really great character, and he has a great look, and they kill him off right off the bat. And
it's like, what?
I know. And, well, then same kind of with General Grievous. I kind of, since I read, like, the comics and seen the Clone Wars stuff, kind of like, he has more fleshed out backstory, and that's kind of why I picked him on this list. And my last one it's kind of a weird one, but it's Tarkin. The reason why is because he's technically the one who blew up.
He was higher than Lord Vader, you know that. He was more higher ranked than Lord Vader.
Yeah, and he's like the one who technically...
Watch the scene when he's force choking one of the admirals, he goes, Vader, release him. And he does, because he's higher than like Vader, and then you've got Palpatine.
Yeah. The reason why I picked him is because he's the one who like chose Alderaan to get blown up. So I'm like, so that's kind of a big bad guy. He's blowing up an entire planet. Just
Tatooine is far too.
yeah. So do you want to do that? You can answer this question as well. What's your villains for Star Wars?
Okay, let's start with 5. I'm going to say Darth Revan from the Old Republic.
Is that from the games?
Yes,
Okay.
It is a video game character.
Yeah, I never got to play the games, but
it's like an interesting character because I believe it was the character of Bastila Shan if it went to the dark side. I just found it very interesting for the sort of character sort of basis for it on that one.
Okay. I never got to play the Star Wars games. I mean, not the Knights of the Old Republic stuff.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah.
I mean, well, I knew enough to know where he came from. So.
Yeah. Okay. Now 4, I'm actually going to say, I'm going to say Count Dooku because Christopher Lee is probably one of my favourite actors at playing bad characters. I mean, Christ, like he was Dracula, Saruman for Lord of the Rings. He even played Charlie in Chocolate Factory's dad, and he was like an evil dad in that. He was, God rest in peace. He was a great actor, and I just think he played a Sith Lord really well. He's like very like old-fashioned style of it. I love his fighting stance, because every Sith Lord Jedi have their own different fighting stance, and his was very casual, like sort of like nearly swashbuckling, nearly, and that's what I liked about him. And his lightsaber was cool,
the bent hilt, yeah.
Very interesting one.
Yeah, I would like Count Dooku as well. It's like, I like Christopher Lee. Perfect choice for him. I don't think there was a better choice for him as Count Dooku.
Yeah.
Okay, number 3.
Ooh. Now I'm going to say Kylo Ren's going to be number 3 for me.
Okay.
Okay. But interestingly, I still think he's going to turn out to be a good character in a way. But for now, he will stay in the evil list.
Okay.
We'll see where he goes. I still hate him for killing. By the way, if I'm going to say something now. Now, if you still haven't seen this, guys, okay, just mute the audio for a second, okay? Okay, I'm going to say it. 3, 2, 1. Okay. I was very annoyed at the fact that he killed Han Solo. My face dropped. I was in complete shock. I still have not recovered. Yeah, so I have a little hate for him, admittedly. So
don't we all?
Yeah, we all. Number 2, I would say this is another new one, which I'm going to say Captain Phasma, because that's a badass character, and I'm hoping the character is still alive somehow.
Oh yeah, she said she will be back in the next one.
Oh, that is good news.
Yeah,
that is cool. It's like there's been female stormtroopers in like games and books, and but there's like the first one was like a proper female villain, and she played a great role, like a good dominating sort of iron fist of the Force of the First Order, and played it very well.
Yeah, she definitely didn't get her due in Force Awakens, but I think she's going to get some good screen time in the next couple of movies. So, hopefully. Now,
number 1. This is hard because I was going to choose his apprentice, but then I had to go for him, and it's Emperor Palpatine because yes, he's an evil character, but he just cracks me up with the stuff he comes out with. It's just like, oh, Anakin, the Jedi taken over, and he's like a snivelly man, and then he's like power. I mean, the scene where when Anakin cuts off Count Dooku's arms in Episode 3. And then he goes, good, I'll kill him. And then Count Dooku just has that, what the fuck, look. He's just like, oh, look, he's more better now. He's just like, do it. And
I'm surprised. Go ahead.
I just thought he was a brilliant actor. And the great thing about it is, because the time that Ian McDiarmid got around to doing episode 3, he looked the same like he did in Return of the Jedi. And that's what was really good about it, because he was like the same age there that he would have been when he was in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really good.
Pretty good. I like that's a good list. I haven't even thought about getting ones from the games. Like,
it's very hard because so many cool villains out there. I was even going to throw Jar Jar Binks in there, but
you know what? I thought about that too. Just saying, like, well, if we're like, just
he's
because
the
of the
true Dark Lord of the Sith.
Yeah. Do you think that do you think that has any merit, like how he was supposed to be the bad guy in the next movie, Attack the Clones?
Oh, dude, like, I mean, he's responsible for the Clone Wars, in a sense. You know, I mean, they could have given the job to any other guy. It's just like, let's get that guy over there who has no experience and is clumsy and was banished from his own city.
Oh my god! Yes. I'm surprised they just didn't kill him. You know, like they had to have like the children's toy. I think. Oh man, have you seen any of the the
as they call them, where they remove any love scene with Anakin and Padme and Jar Jar Binks things? It's like cut by 30 minutes.
I didn't know they were called the anti-cheese stuff. That's
if you look at them, it says anti-cheese.
Oh my gosh, that's great. I think I'm gonna start calling them that. I've always just called it the Phantom Edit, so I'm like, oh, that's cool. Okay, moving on.
Over to you again.
Oh, go ahead.
Over to you again.
Okay. Okay, I gotta look at okay. The one game you can play over and over.
Final Fantasy.
Like, just like all of them, or just like in general, Final Fantasy?
One of my favorites growing up was Final Fantasy X-2, and it's actually one of those ones, because a lot of fans like Final Fantasy 7. I like them all equally, but I think possibly that game, you play as Rika Unit Pain, and it was probably one of my first female video game crushes. Those girls are like my favorite video game crushes. Everyone had Tomb Raider or whoever. I mean, they were my gals.
Gotcha. I would never really got into the Final Fantasy stuff. It like Link and Zelda. I just never really got into those games. I don't know. I don't know why. I just never really truly got into them. But I think the one game that I could play over and over again is probably what game I played. Probably my Metal Gear Solid 2 or 4.
Sons of Liberty.
Yeah.
Choice. I love Sons of Liberty.
I think that's the one game I've beaten the most.
The funniest game, like... Oh, sorry, you carry on.
Oh, I was just saying that's like the one game that I've beaten the most, and just because it's just fun to play in that game, just because it's just a lot of fun. I mean, even though you play as Raiden most of the game, but I still had a lot of fun within the game.
I think I enjoyed all the little stealthy things. Like, it's like hide under the box, and they're like, huh? It's just like, it's very similar to like Assassin's Creed. It's just like, they're chasing you down the alleys in Jerusalem, and then you sit on a bench, and they seem to lose track of you, but you're like in a big white robed hood.
Yeah.
And it's just like, where did he go? It just it just cracks me up. It's just like, and then you get up to like, oh, there it is. You sit back down, and it's like, oh, it's just like, where did he go? And then they get stabbed and thrown in the bush of hay.
What was I loved crawling around the cardboard boxes on Metal Gear. That cracks me up more than anything.
And the classic noise.
And stashing people in the lockers and
I even believe there's a porno magazine you can drop and they like walk over and pick it up and start reading it.
Then you come up behind them and break their neck. That's what you get.
They got you.
Oh, yeah, and Metal Gear Solid 4, I played that game, like, when I first got that game, I was just obsessed with it.
Is he older in that one?
What?
He's a lot older in that one, isn't he, Snake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that game is probably one of my favorite games that have boss battles in it, because it's designed to have big boss battles, and that's what I liked about it. And I was actually thinking of this question when I was written it to you. It's like, I also think that, like, the Batman games is up there as well, but I think
yeah,
like, but
I prefer DC obviously over Marvel. That's my game park.
What?
I just think DC characters are so much more badass. They're like,
yeah. Scott, who I usually do the podcast with, he is majorly DC, so you guys are on the same page on that one.
I'm actually wearing a Batman shirt today, so.
Oh, I'm sure he is too, and so he's a big Batman fan, and so we both are. And we can, like, discuss all this stuff. Did you ever, speaking of Batman, did you ever watch, like, the Dark Knight Returns cartoon, like the DC animated movie?
Oh, that's interesting. I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, it comes in, like, 3 different editions. You got part 1, part 2, and then you got, like, the deluxe edition where it's like both films in one movie, and that's the one I highly recommend. Finding it, they make Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns into a DC animated movie, and it's perfect. I can't believe how violent that movie is, and still rated PG-13. I'm like, especially when it gets into the Joker stuff. Oh man, I was like, I had to, like.
I'm sorry about that. There's a phone call, but I'm not going to answer it. Just ignore the beeps.
Oh, it's fine.
Sorry about that, guys.
It was just, what was it? When I got to the Joker stuff, I had to, like, double check to make sure this was PG-13. It's like, are you sure this is PG-13? I
mean, come on.
Yeah, Joker is just going around shooting people point blank, and it's like, all right, and there's actual blood, and I'm like, all right, I have to make sure this is PG-13 because, I'm like, surely enough, it is. But I'm always been fully impressed by the DC animated stuff more than Marvel, hands down. Just because I like the DC cartoons, they are just like storytelling at its best in cartoon form, like adult themes stuff. Okay, your turn for the question, or did you can talk about anything you want. I mean, these questions are just kind of help move the podcast along, but if you want to talk about anything, go right ahead.
Oh, okay, this is quite an interesting one. Top 10 horror Blu-ray/DVDs.
Okay, this is actually, I had a lot of fun doing this because I went into my room.
Excellent.
What?
Excellent. It's always a topic I like talking about with horror fans.
That's great. Yeah, like, since I have a kind of a decent movie collection, and most of them are actually horror movies, this is kind of like a fun thing to do because I kind of had to see what, like, I had to kind of, like, how do I put it, gauging on a couple, like, a criteria. It's like what it meant to me, like what kind of special features it had, and what the movie itself. So it's kind of like, okay, so here's my, hold on, excuse me.
Oh, you're excused.
I can't came out of nowhere. Okay, my top 10 horror DVDs and Blu-rays are, these are no particular order whatsoever, but these are just like the ones that I can watch any time of the year, and as well as I have great special features and all kinds of stuff. My number one is Trick or Treat. that
Oh,
horror,
okay.
the horror anthology. That's like
Oh, that's a brilliant one.
I watch that every Halloween. That's kind of like that's just one of my like what is it called, seasonal traditions for Halloween is to watch that on Halloween. Red State by Kevin Smith.
Oh, that is an interesting film because he does a lot of funny films, as I'm sure many people know. He does Clerks, More West, and that for him to pull that one out was to show he could do a good serious storyline.
Yeah. The reason why I put this on the list because it meant a lot to me because he actually took it on tour like around the United States, and I actually kind of got a chance to see it before everyone else did, and as well as a Q&A with him after the movie. So like that's why that's why it's one of my favorite DVDs that I own, just because like I actually got to see this movie in person with him in the back, sitting in the audience with us. I'm like, oh, so that's why it's on this list for sure. Number 3 is Evil Dead. Blu-ray, DVD, doesn't matter. Just audio commentary from Bruce Campbell and all of them. Just listening to them talk about how they made the movie is what I really love more than anything, is listening to filmmakers talk about how they made their movie.
Yeah, I'm one of the same people myself, actually. I do enjoy it.
Okay. Little sidetrack here. Did you ever watch on the House of a Thousand Corpses? I mean, Devil's Rejects, that big long documentary on how they made the movie.
No, but I watched one on Halloween, which is like a 4-hour long one.
Yeah. The Devil's Rejects one is like 3 hours and change or something like that. So like
that's like the length of Lord of the Rings.
What?
That's not the length of Lord of the Rings.
I know. It just I love when filmmakers.
And not the extended one either.
I love when filmmakers do that kind of stuff to kind of just show the behind the scenes stuff. I just absolutely love that. Number 4 is The Thing.
Oh.
Just I kind of put both of them on the as number 4 because.
The other one ain't actually a remake. There's one thing that irritates me. People, they say, "Oh, I don't like the remake." It's like, it's not actually a remake. It's actually the prequel.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the ending, it matches up to the beginning of the first film.
Yeah, when that one guy is left alive and he kind of takes off after the dog, and so I'm like, yeah. See, I kind of really want to edit those movies as one so bad, so I can just watch one big long thing movie. So
yeah, I love things like that. Some people do that, and it's just like awesome when you find a little thing like made on YouTube like that.
Oh,
brilliant!
Like the fan edits and like the super cuts. I love those kind of And also the reason why I put because of the audio commentaries by Kurt Russell and John Carpenter talking about the movie and talking about how like the virus is kind of remnant of AIDS and stuff like that. So I'm like, that's really cool. The next one is Return to Nukem High, a trauma movie.
Okay.
I just like that one because I'm a big trauma fan, but when I seen this one, it's like, man, this one just feels like a more complete movie out of all of them I've seen. It was kind of a toss-up between Poltergeist and Return to Nukem High. Number 6 is all the Alien movies. Because like the box set that I have has like 2 versions.
I have a question here. My uncle, he's a fan of the Alien movies, but he hates Aliens because he thinks it's not even a horror movie and it's more of an action movie. I just want to know your verdict on that, and I can tell him.
I think it's a little bit of both. Because I think it kind of falls into the territory of Predator. You know what I mean? Like, it's the first part of it is like action packed stuff, and then when the alien starts to kind of stalk him, that's when it turns into science fiction horror. That's kind of what I think about it. It's like when the aliens really have them outnumbered is when they finally when the UAV thing crashes. That's when I think it turns into the horror movie. That's when they really have to kind of like defend for themselves. And even horror movies I think horror movies can be action packed. It's just the way everything is kind of presented. And I think Aliens is a horror movie, but it has a lot of action in it. So I can definitely see why people think it's not a horror movie, but it is an action movie. But I honestly think it is a horror movie up to a point. It kind of follows the Predator thing, so that's kind of like my reasoning behind it. And I do like Aliens 3, by the way. I'm throwing that out there.
Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like that one, but
I think Aliens 3. I know even David Fincher doesn't like it, but I still like it.
So many different versions. If I'm right, it went through so many different script changes. I mean, there was different planet settings. I think I believe it's on the box set. You can look at it. It's one of the extras, and it just went through so many changes.
Yeah, that's the one I have. I have the Blu-ray box set for it, and I do prefer I do prefer like the ox, the chest burster coming out of the ox instead of the dog. I like. My next one is Slither.
Ooh.
By James Gunn, who directed Guardians of the Galaxy. I think I had so much fun seeing that in movie theaters, just because it was different and it's kind of a creature feature, and I don't really have those too many in my horror movies, but I do like Slither just because it has Nathan Fillion and a bunch of others in there. And my number 8 is the Halloween box set.
I knew that was going to be now. I could tell.
Yeah, I was just like, when I bought it.
I think that was such a brilliant. Is this the Shout Factory one or Scream Factory one?
Yeah, the one that actually has the alternate version of.
I think that was such an awesome treat for fans when they released that box set. It was packed with so many things.
I know, and like alternate cuts of even the other ones, like they had like higher definition versions of 1, and then they had like the TV version of like 2 or something like that. And then I think number 6 is the alternate cut, right? Or is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, producer's cut. Yeah.
Like I think the producer's cut, right? That's what they call it. And then it comes with. I wish the only thing my only complaint is I wish I had the alternate version of Halloween, Rob Zombie's one as well. That's the only one that I really wanted both versions of, because I haven't seen the R-rated version since theaters, and so I'm kind of have to like shell out some money to kind of find it on Amazon, just like the R-rated version of it, and as well as the R-rated version of Halloween 2, the Rob Zombie one. Number 9 is The Mist. Have you seen that?
Yes, I did enjoy that movie. I thought the ending was very tragic, actually. The way that I won't give away the ending for anyone who hasn't seen it, but the way it plays out at the end, and then when the people turn up, it's just like, wow. It's just like it really hits you.
And I was like, he did all that for nothing. It's like
I know. I was sitting there, I was just like, whoa.
The reason why I picked this one is because my edition comes with a black and white version of The Mist.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I cannot watch it in color no more. It just kind of like it feels like a old time monster movie.
One of those B movie ones.
Yeah,
but not as such B movie, but more creepy.
Yeah, it adds a definitely creepy factor to it, and I love that. That's why I put it on the list, just because it's one of my few movies that I watched during the Halloween season as well, the black and white version. And number 10 is one of my favorite DVD box sets I have out of all of them is my Dawn of the Dead box set. That has the theatrical, the European.
It has 3 different versions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same one my uncle got. Yeah.
And what was and the director's cut. So it has like 3 different versions of it and a bunch of special features and commentary, and plus it's Dawn of the Dead. You can't really.
Yeah.
So.
Can't really pass it up.
Yeah, I mean, I had a bunch of others that I really wanted to put on the list, but I was just kind of thinking, like, these are the ones that kind of have the best. Like when it comes to what money can get you for a DVD and to like film wise, and it's just kind of these are the ones that I think that are like really worth the money to spend on these, just because even for the movie itself. And so that's kind of why I picked these 10. So you can do your top 10, or you can just do 5 or you can do.
Okay, I give it a shot. Okay, I'm gonna say, like again, no order like yourself, no any order. One of them is actually a Japanese horror movie. America did one based on it as well. It's One Missed Call.
Okay.
And it's a trilogy of them. And the thing is, I appreciate Japan because when they do a horror movie, they make it really creepy and eerie, and it's a very creepy movie. I don't know if you've ever seen it, the American version.
I don't think I've seen either one of them.
Or it's just like basically, it's like this ring. I've even got the ringtone on my phone as a ringtone. It's like a really creepy ringtone. Basically, you hear yourself die on it, and then they end up dying. It's just such a creepy vibe when you watch it. It's so creepy.
I might have to add that to my list this year for my.
Yeah, definitely give it a watch.
Definitely will.
I'm going to add the Halloween box set in there as well because, in fact, that's one of my favourite Halloween movies of all time myself.
I will have to say I do agree with you that Halloween 3 is a good one.
Yes.
Yeah,
I do get. I've even liked a page on Facebook saying I don't care what people say. I love Halloween 3 because it's really nice, creepy sort of film, and it turns into like a horror chase movie towards the end. It was a good movie. I don't see what people's problem is with it. It was like a nice little. It's a shame it didn't carry on the way it would have done. But I love Michael Myers. Don't get me wrong, but it would have been interesting to see an anthology of the Halloween movies. And you could even have Donald Pleasant, who could have turned up as a character investigating these things.
Yeah,
that would be such a great idea. And Lincoln still.
Yeah, it's like, and the thing is, it has a great Halloween feel to it as well. It to me at least, it just kind of like it just feels like a good Halloween movie. I mean, the season Halloween, not. Okay, continue.
I'm gonna say it's not really a horror movie, or I guess you could class it as well. It's American Mary.
What was it?
It's American Mary.
Oh, with
Catherine Isabel.
Yeah, from Ginger Snaps, and
yeah, I loved her in Ginger Snaps, so I had to watch that, and I was really impressed with it. She looks really, she looks really grown up now. She looks like, and she played a really good role. Like, I just liked the idea how it was like she got revenge on people. It's just brilliant. It's a nice little film she done, and yeah.
Yeah, I did that movie for one of my 31 Days of Fright horror movie project.
Yeah, I believe I watched it actually.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I was kind of, I think that was my first experience of watching the Soka twin sisters who directed that. So, and so like, okay, so I kind of understood their style and stuff like that. So, which I enjoyed a lot, and so. I enjoyed that movie. Okay, go right ahead.
Ooh. Okay. I'm going to do my favourite Nightmare on Elm Street movie, which is probably Dream Warriors.
Agreed.
I love the Dokken song to that movie as well.
When I think that's, isn't she like putting the house together when that song's playing?
Yeah, goes, the Dream Warriors. That one.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm a rock fan myself, so I just thought it was brilliant for that movie.
Yeah.
I'm going to say all of the Scream films, excluding the Scream series, I wasn't a big fan of the series.
Yeah. I haven't got a chance to watch the Scream series, but I kind of feel like I don't need to.
Yeah, you're like,
because it's on MTV, and if it was like done on like
we know what MTV is like.
yeah, so it's like if it was done on like AMC or like HBO or something, I'd probably give it a chance. I really would, but MTV really kind of like, yeah, I don't need it. I can live without seeing this show.
Oh, how many is that? Is that 5 so far?
I think so.
Okay. 6. You could kind of say this is a horror / thriller, and that's Wolf Creek.
Okay. I'm trying to think of that one.
It's the one that's like it's in like the Australian outback. Three people.
No, I have not seen that. I was thinking of something else.
Oh, it's good. It's based on a true event. That's what I love about it. So it's like based on a creepy true event. And basically people go out in the outback and they meet a guy and then he like takes them and tortures them. It's like starts killing them. One guy escapes and goes to the courts, and then the guy was let off because he found no evidence of what he'd done, and he never got arrested to this day. And that's what I love about it, because it's based and it's a real event that happened. He really did never get charged with anything because he destroyed all the evidence.
Oh,
and it's like really creepy. I love anything that's like true like that. It makes you think. Yeah,
I'll have to check that one out as well.
There's 2 of them, I believe. On Netflix, I believe they have Wolf Creek 2, but not the first one.
Okay.
So go watch Netflix, people. Number 7, I'm going to say the Saw movies.
Ooh.
I don't have a particular favourite because I like them, honestly.
What I liked about them is like how interconnected they all are.
Yes.
I think that's what, it's not even really about the gore or anything like that. It's just like how well each storyline kind of carries on to the next movie.
Yeah.
That's what I really liked about them more.
They're very clever, like, sort of like, it's like, I could place him and Hannibal Lecter as very clever evil geniuses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely up there.
Yeah, I love the Saw movies as well.
Mm.
I even have that nice little Blu-ray box set of all of them.
Nicely done. All the unrated cuts, I believe.
Yeah.
Number 3 has like a director's cut, where it's got extra scenes from the first movie, where she goes and kills Adam in the bathroom because he didn't get out. So she goes there and Mercy kills him. She feels bad for him. But Jigsaw's rules are, if someone doesn't get out, you give them that's like their punishment. But she goes and basically Mercy kills him because she feels sorry for him for being alone in the bathroom all that time.
Yeah, didn't she
and also, if you have the Australian, that's okay. If you have the Australian version, I found a nice little deleted scene where his character's walking down the stairs and he actually sees Amanda and they have a conversation. And he basically flirts with her. This is only like on the Australian DVD, the cut of the Australian one.
Yeah.
And it's a deleted scene where they actually met in the apartment wherever he was, that dingy looking apartment. And it was really interesting. They had like a little character history, but was never put in the movie.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love little things like that, and I find them.
Oh yeah, that's what's really cool. Is like The Shining has a dual cut of it. It's like they got the American one and they got the UK version of it, and I've been wanting to watch the UK version of it so bad. It's a little bit shorter, and they have it has a bunch of new scenes in there. I'm like, oh man! So, and I'm a big fan of the Shining movie, so I'm like, I just as a completist, I kind of really want to see as many versions of the movie as possible.
Now, number 9, I'm going to have to say. Now, I think this is going to be a strange one, or if no one's ever heard of it. It's going to be Pandora, which has Norman Reedus in it from The Walking Dead, and it's basically like if you mix The Exorcist and put it into space, basically.
Yeah, I actually have that movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
I liked it.
It's a different one. That's what I like about it. It's different.
I'm not going to give away the twist, but I really didn't see the twist coming.
No, that's why like, it's one of them films. It's like the first time I watched the first Saw movie. The end, I was just like, what? What? So that was.
And
Yeah.
the thing is, we should have known through dialogue through the movie from Saul. You know, it's like he likes to watch his games up close, and like, all right, and then at the end of the
But you don't think about that. You're
yeah,
just like, oh, dead guy on the floor.
yeah,
I mean, look at his
exactly.
brains. That's what I loved about Saw 3, when you saw him setting up the bathroom trap. And then you find out how he was able to not move. He's injected something into his bloodstream to make his heart slow down to stay alive.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, wow, that was well cleverly thought out.
Oh man, yeah. But yeah, I like Pandorum. I thought it was a creepy movie. I haven't watched it in a very long time, but yeah, I do have that movie. I thought it was pretty good. It has like Ben Foster in it. I think he plays I think he plays in a bunch of movies. He's been in a couple of Marvel movies. Well, not the new Marvel movies. He's been in like Punisher and and he played Angel in X-Men Last Stand, I do believe. Just to kind of throw that. Okay, number 10.
Okay, even though I love so many zombie things like Walking Dead, Resident Evil, I have to go back to the roots of this one, and Night of the Living Dead.
Good one. I have
Yes.
that. I have that as well.
Yes, it's like, I thought I'd end it on a classic one for that sort of category. I had to, yeah.
What version of it do you have?
I'm not sure because I only ever bought the DVD once, so. But I believe I saw like an animated version of it in shops a little while ago, and I believe you can get a coloured version. But
Yeah, that's what that's what I was trying to. If you had the colored version or not, I don't have that one, but I would like to see it in color or just be.
yeah, it would be an interesting watch. See like how it would play out.
Okay. My question for you is your all-time favorite movie.
Holy shit!
This is a tough one. I know.
Oh, by the way, if you could please put a picture up of a meme saying "Holy shit" when you make this video, that would be awesome.
What?
If you could put a picture of a meme saying "Holy shit."
Oh, if you send it to me, I'll definitely put it in there.
Oh my god, how do I even? Wow, you've really stumped me. Oh my god. See, next to horror, I'm a huge anime fan.
Okay.
So I'll pick something for anime because I cannot answer that. It's too hard. You bastard. That is a good one.
I mean, it could be like, okay, like.
I could do one from each genre if that helps.
Oh, that's fine. That's good.
Okay, so horror, you know what it is already.
Halloween 3, right?
All the Halloween movies. Let's just shove that in there for horror, right?
Okay.
My favourite anime movie / series. I love Ghost in the Shell movie. And there's an anime series called Death Note, which I'm a huge addict to. Romance, I don't have one. Thriller, I'm going to say Escape from New York.
Okay. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. I know, you got to love a bit of John Carpenter.
Yeah.
Comedy, now, anything with these actors like with Adam Sandler, any people who work with Judd Apatow, so stuff like Paul Rudd, Seth Rogen, any of them usual suspects, really, they like fall into that category for me.
Yeah. I like all them. I like all them stuff too. It's just it's kind of hard to pick when they're kind of like the reigning king of comedy right now.
Although I could pick one specific movie series, American Pie. I love them.
That's I haven't watched that. I just watched that a little while back.
Oh, I might have to know, you know.
Okay.
For sci-fi, I think it's pretty obvious what it is.
I know what it is.
Star Trek.
Yeah.
No, it's Star Wars. Always gonna love Star Wars. And for action, it's probably much a strange one, but the Fast and Furious movies.
Oh, finally, someone likes him just as much as I do.
Way.
I have them all, and I I I love them. I love how they went from street racing to heist movies.
Yeah.
I just love that. I think it worked, and it works perfect too. It doesn't feel like out of place. It just feels.
No, I'm hoping they bring Lucas Black now back for the movies because I love that they went back to Tokyo Drift. Like Tokyo Drift is not number 3 anymore in a sense. It's like set before the rest now in a way. And it's like I just love it. And there's that little scene after they race and they talk about Han and I just thought it was so perfect. And it's like he could come back and he looks the same still since he done Tokyo Drift. So it'd be nice to see him back in it.
I think he is coming back for one.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, because I think to a place, the late Paul Walker, rest in peace. Yeah,
I'm not quite sure what capacity, but I think he will be coming back for at least one.
Because he was good friends with Han, so I think he would join the gang on that sort of thing, and he'd fit perfectly for that.
You got Mystery. I think that's the last one.
Mystery. Ooh. Have you ever heard the movie Would You Rather? Or actually 13 Sins.
I've heard of Would You Rather. I just haven't watched it yet. It's been on my Netflix queue for a while.
Yeah, check that out. It's a little good little watch. It's a life or death situations. You pick which one. It's like a board game, I guess, but you could die.
Gotcha. Man, those were good choices. I liked all them.
Yeah.
I'll answer mine. Mine's pretty easy. Mine's Clerks, hands down.
Oh, you know what? How did I not say that? Kevin Smith, if you are watching, please forgive me. I do love you. How did I not say that?
Yeah.
Bang.
Clerks is my all-time favorite movie. It's
what the fuck, a pillow pants? I watched number 2 the other day as well. It's like my favorite. Goodbye, horse. Oh my god,
man! I got to see that in theaters. That was fun seeing that.
Oh dear, I'm crying with laughter.
Okay, your turn.
Oh, okay, let's see. Okay. Are you looking forward to Suicide Squad?
At first, I wasn't, but after the Bohemian Rhapsody trailer,
oh yeah,
I'm game. I'm 100% game on this. I've always been game for Jared Leto as Joker and Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. I mean, I love all the actors involved, but
I definitely was no surprise to seeing it. Will Smith.
Yeah, as Deadshot.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, huh? I was like, really? I was like, okay, fair enough. I mean, again, Ben Affleck, so.
Yeah, but I mean, I bet it's gonna. I think it's gonna be good. I'm looking very forward to it. Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, I mean, and another confession, I think, I love Harley Quinn, so it's like my favourite female villain from DC, so I thought she looked so awesome, and yeah, I'll join the bad side.
It definitely has its perks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, I will definitely be there. I will definitely make an effort to go see it in theaters just because it looks like a good popcorn movie.
Yes.
And plus
and hopefully this one can beat some Marvel movies because Marvel are caning DC right now because, there's been, since X-Men came out, there's been so many Marvel films. It'd be nice to see DC finally get some more up there.
Yes. I mean, do you like the Marvel movies or are you just kind of tired?
I do, but a lot of my more favourites are on the DC side, so.
Gotcha. I'm probably gonna. I'm kind of torn down the middle. It's like my favorite comic book hero is the Punisher, but I love the storylines of DC. You know what I mean? It's just kind of
I
like,
love the movie as well.
yeah. So it's just kind of like, okay. I mean, honestly, if I truly had to pick, if I really, really, really had to pick one, it'd probably be DC. Just because of like I said, the DC animated movies and the Watchmen. Um,
Mm.
so even though I think that's technically Vertigo, but it's still an offshoot of DC. But yeah, back to the original question. Yes, I'm very much looking forward to Suicide Squad. It looks extremely fun. So
Yeah.
and Mike, okay. I think we kind of covered this one. DC or Marvel?
Irrelevant.
Yeah, I think we.
Just for closure, no, DC.
Okay, and yeah, I'd probably have to pick DC, but
All right, 2 points for DC.
yeah, I mean, it's just tough. Because both.
I mean, they are both great things, but it's just
Yeah,
I just think some of the more cool and badasses on the DC side.
yeah.
Although I do like Blade, I love Blade. So
Oh, yeah. I like the Blade movies because they were like the first rated R, really first gory rated R superhero movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, your question now.
I think this is one of my last questions. Yeah. Top 5 TV shows you're watching right now.
Okay, the top 5 TV shows I am watching right now is Shameless.
US or UK version?
US version.
Oh, okay.
The Walking Dead.
Of course.
Game of Thrones.
Mm.
Comic Book Man.
Oh, that's good.
Supernatural. And I had to put another one on there because I've totally forgot about this one. House of Cards.
Okay.
Just I like to have a little bit of everything. Like Shameless has the real world aspect to everything, and Walking Dead is zombies. Game of Thrones is kind of like the Lord of the Rings kind of stuff. And
yeah.
they had
Sean Bean in it as well, didn't it?
What?
Sean
Bean.
Sean Bean in there.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Comic Book Man, just kind of like for reality, and plus it's Kevin Smith. And Supernatural, just because it's just good. I like the stuff that's going on in that show, especially between heaven and hell. I like that kind of. I like when they're kind of like Hellblazer and stuff like that. And number 6, House of Cards. I don't really get into political stuff, but I do like when it's kind of fictionalized, and so that's why I had to put that extra one in there. So just because I'd have 6, just because I couldn't leave that one off the list. And what's your top 5 TV shows that you are currently watching right now?
Okay, so The Walking Dead.
Okay.
Obviously.
Yeah.
American Horror Story.
Okay.
Very interesting series.
How is Hotel this season?
I haven't watched the last 3 episodes since I got back to the UK, actually, so I haven't actually found out.
How has Lady Gaga been really good in it, or?
Oh yes, I have enjoyed many of her scenes.
Okay, I'll probably check that season out. I've watched the first season, and I'm like halfway through the second season, and then I kind of got distracted with other TV shows, but I think you're like Coven. It's about like witchcraft Coven. Yeah, I heard a lot of people's favorite season is 3, so I'm very looking forward to watching that one.
3 is like a comedy series, but it's not really a new one. It's an old one. It's Californication.
Oh, with David Duchovny.
Yeah, I didn't think he could be funny like that. It is very funny.
Yeah, I enjoyed that show a lot. I actually kind of binge watched that one quite.
Yes, I did too. 4, which is the Clone Wars, which I just started to watch, like I explained earlier.
Oh, yeah.
And 5, I'm going to say, this is a toughie. This is more of an anime. I'm watching Rosario plus Vampire, or Rosario and Vampire, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, I kind of went through like an anime phase because I have a friend who kept recommending anime stuff to me because I was kind of like because I was watching Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
And then I kind of I still wanted to keep watching anime because I was having a lot of fun and with it. So I watched Soul Eater and Heaven's Lost Property. That was the other one that I was recommended to watch. That was different, but I enjoyed that one. But
okay, awesome.
What was your number 5? It was Death. What was it?
It was Rosario and Vampire.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, because yeah, I seen that it was mentioned on mine. Is that any good? I mean, obviously you're watching it, but
yeah, it's one of those animes where there is kind of pervy camera shots, but we know how the animes work.
Yeah, I know how it would work. Okay, I think we're going to combine our number 5 questions because since we both kind of have a kind of similar thing. What actor or actress you would want to meet, and who is your favorite actor and actress? So we'll just kind of make it one big question.
You go first.
Okay. The one actor or actress that I would love to meet in the whole wide world is Kevin Smith. Even though I've seen him live, I still kind of just want to see him in person. You know, like shake his hand.
Chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one. And my favorite actor is that's kind of tough. I kind of narrowed it down to like the last at least 10 years or so. So it's like Simon Pegg / Peter Dinklage. So,
awesome.
And then my favorite actress is Felicia Day because I am such a big fan of The Guild, and so those are my choices. And what's yours?
The person I'd love to meet is actually Kevin Smith myself, because I've watched so many things of him, and he seems like a pretty chill guy, like you said yourself. Favorite actor? No, I'll say this now because I think he's a very versatile actor, and that's Johnny Depp.
Oh yeah,
yeah, because he can play a serious, a funny, crazy. He has every role down, and he can do it. That's what I like, a versatile actor.
Have you seen Tusk yet?
No, I haven't. But that is a Kevin Smith movie, right?
Yeah, and Johnny Depp's in it as well.
Oh.
So that's kind of like, oh, hey, that's kind of nice little. That's fun. That movie I almost put that one on my favorite DVD list too, but But okay, anyways, sorry for interrupting.
Oh, no problem. And my favorite actress, I'm going to say Hayden Panettiere when she was in Heroes.
Oh.
Yes.
As the indestructible girl or whatever.
Yeah, that's the one. That is the one.
I gotta say, did you ever play Until Dawn?
I haven't, but I've watched the movie gameplay for it. If I haven't played games, I watched like the whole movie cutscenes together. And I got to say, the detail on that game, it was as Peter Storm there as well.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, I'm not a PlayStation fan, but the graphics are like really amazing. Because a lot of games are starting to use actors' faces now a lot more nowadays.
Yes.
And I was like, wow, that's really good image of her. That is really spot on. Very beautifully breathtaking, the graphics.
I haven't watched the new Heroes yet, but I really want to.
Oh, it got cancelled.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh
Already, I
man.
was like, not even Fox either.
Yeah.
You know what Fox are like.
Oh,
Poor
man.
Joss Whedon.
Okay, I think that's the end of our questions that we had written out for each other. This was kind of an introductory
Yeah.
podcast to one another. I had a lot of fun. This was
Yeah, I mean, this was awesome. Like, it's been fun.
so. Hopefully, next time we'll have a more kind of a solid subject to talk about.
Yeah.
But this was just to kind of gauge who we are and what we liked, and we're actually more similar than we thought. Hopefully, we'll definitely talk. We'll definitely get a good topic of discussion going on next time. Instead of, I know I'm kind of apologizing for kind of how sporadic this is, but I still think there's a lot of good stuff in this.
Yeah.
I think that's it for this podcast. We are running about an hour and 11 minutes into this. As always, my name is Max James, and I thank you, Michael, for doing this podcast.
Thank you. I've enjoyed my time. It's been awesome.
This is a lot of fun. You are officially the first person from the UK to be on this show. Or on the on the podcast, so you got achievement unlocked.
10 game scores, that it?
or if for me, it's a bronze trophy.
Only bronze.
Well, you said you were more of you're more an Xbox person?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll probably talk about that next time. Well, since I'm more of a Sony PlayStation fan, so that'll be a good topic.
Go bad. I'm only joking.
What?
I'm only joking. I don't mind either console, really. I'm not one of them people who troll other console people.
Oh, I don't either, but it's just fun when people kind of do that. But anyways, as always, my name is Max James, and we are going to go geek out.
Yep.